So much,
looking.
yeah, it wasn't so much damage. It would be beautiful, but I mean,
True, yeah.
yeah. Well, we have been seeing a lot of water, but you missed it, obviously.
I know. I just like slide back into the Central Coast,
Yeah.
like in between storm systems. It looks like, but I know Claudia held down the fort pretty well.
Yes, she did. Well, are you bringing some sunshine?
I am. You know, that's what I come in for. I just come in when the bad times are over, and I bring you the good news. We have some sun in the forecast, luckily, but let's go over some of the last 24 hours. Actually, this is the last 2 days that we are seeing some totals here. Cambria was just over 2¼ inches. Rocky Butte, you know, in those mountain areas, the highest, seeing just over 5¾ Paso Robles over 1.5 inches. Templeton 1.75 inches, and Cal Poly over in the 4.5 region. Then we move down to Santa Barbara County, where we've got just 2.5 in the Los Osos area. Montecito 3.5. Santa Barbara a little bit similar to that. In Isla Vista 2.5. Well, Carpinteria 2.75. So decent rain amounts, but luckily for us, they were a little bit on the lower side. The system moved over us a little bit quicker than previously expected. It went all the way down to the south and hit Los Angeles and parts of that county a little bit harder, with a second rain band that happened overnight last night. As we look ahead, though, starting to see some clearing. This is through this morning and through Thursday, where we're going to see some nice dry conditions. The sun will make a reappearance for the first time in quite a bit, but I do already have another rain chance in my forecast. So as this system continues to move southeast across the area, we'll get a couple of those days of sunshine before a little bit of activity starts to move through the northern portions of the United States. So a system dropping from the Pacific Northwest will bring us a little bit of rain by this weekend. That's looking like Saturday evening for the highest chance of rain, but luckily it looks to be very light. We're not going to get a whole lot of accumulation with this next one, but I also already have a second rain chance. That's going to be for next week, sometime in midweek. That one also looking like it might have some potential to have an atmospheric river in it, but on the very low end of accumulation. So what we're looking at in both storms is going to be some light showers, most likely. Daytime temperatures today going to be in those 60s for the Paso Robles area, 59 in San Luis Obispo, 61 in Santa Barbara. Over now to Santa Barbara County on the south coast, Goleta in the 60s, Solvang around 60, up now into the Pismo Beach area. We're in the upper 50s, so not too warm, but we're doing pretty well. These are kind of what our overnight lows looked like, so staying very consistent with what we're seeing pretty much right now. Only a couple degrees of warming throughout the day. The 7-day forecast stays very similar in those low 60s, and we've got that rain chance on the board by the weekend, with another one possibly by next week. You see that on Monday and Tuesday in Santa Maria. Back to you guys.
All right.